Hey, thanks for checking out Live on Tape Delay, episode 535. In Western New York, I'm Chris Wilson. I haven't come up with a new one yet. On the other end of the internet, John Rabeens Raycroft. Back on this end of the internet, Rob Fiasco.
Hey, that's me. In this episode number 535, it's a good one. Chris gets scammed. I read a book. Ray drives around really fast or slow, depends on who you ask or what video you see. And we're all buying stocks on crypto now. It's a great episode. Stick around. It's going to be good.
Here's 535, as promised. Enjoy. What up, boys?
What is up with your face?
Whoa, such aggression here on a Monday morning. I like to think that everybody listens immediately on release.
I'm still winding down from the 4th. So I can't hear from all the fireworks.
Oh, is that what it is?
And I lost an arm.
And nobody can hear us over our air conditioners. So I don't care. I'm not turning it off.
Too hot.
Rob's got one. I can't tell if Ray's got one or not.
Central air is not as loud.
Like, we just have, like, central AC.
Oh. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to have to put up with us, listeners. Sorry. It's hot.
Yeah. It's 100 degrees here from essentially April to October, so...
It's 1,000 degrees here. Just, you ever know those, the one-up kids? They just have to one-up you no matter what you say. It's like, it's 100 degrees, 150 here. What? No, it's not.
I don't. I used to, like, argue, but now, it is 150 there. Like, I'll just get out of the conversation.
I think
as fast as I can.
I think most kids grow out of that, but every once in a while you find an adult that's a one-upper.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
I try not to surround myself with those people.
I just never cared that much. It was just like, all right, that's cool. I know it's not 150 wherever the fuck you're at, so that's cool.
Well, I didn't care even less than you.
Oh, there you go. See? Good point.
Oh.
Well done.
LBL for you.
You should be.
LBL for you, what?
No, nothing. I was going to segue that into how I almost got scammed this week. I purposely didn't put this in the Discord. This was good. Like, it was, looking back on it, it wasn't as good as I thought it was, but I'll get into it. So I get a phone call from like Homeland Security and something else, investigation division, something here, there, the other. Okay. So I'm like,
personal phone?
To my cell phone.
Okay.
So I answered. I'm like, okay, yeah. And they're like, is this so-and-so? It gives my name. I'm like, yep. What are we doing? And it leads in as like, we need some help here. We found your name on some documents in a raid that we did. And like, we're just like, it did. I'm going to zip forward through it. The whole thing was like a half hour. So anyway, it was, he goes through, but he wasn't asking for any information, which was weird. So it didn't really set me off yet for about 10 minutes. Then it starts like the scare tactics. Well, just to let you know, like, you're the only suspect in this right now. And I'm like, what the fuck am I a suspect for? You're calling me, but they get you kind of keyed up first. So it was good. Oh, yeah. So it was good. So we're going back and forth. And then one thing leads to another. I'm getting a little bit more pissed off. I'm now telling him, like, I'm not going to give you any of this. I'm uncomfortable with this conversation. Blah, 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 whatever. There's now a warrant out for my arrest. There's all this other shit. He provided a name and a badge number from whatever Homeland Security, which I could verify online. Now, I couldn't verify that this was or wasn't the guy, but the name matched the badge number that he gave me. So I'm like, okay, so it's at least just these little snippets. Okay, so I get transferred to some other guy, blah, blah, blah. That really goes nowhere. I keep telling him the same thing. Like, I don't trust that this is real. I'm like, I'm sorry if it is, but I'm only going to play as much as I'm going to play along. I don't trust this. So then he's like, well, we can have your local authorities verify that this is real. And I'm like, okay, how? And he goes, we'll have the local authorities contact you. Would you believe that then? And I'm like, yeah.
Send them over.
I'm like, yeah. So he's like, he keeps talking. He's like, okay, so, somebody else is calling them, whatever. He goes, you should be getting a phone call within the next couple of minutes. So I'm still talking to this guy, and I look, phone rings. It's a 716 area code. That's our area code. So I'm like, interesting. I go, I'm going to take this call. One of the things you learn early on is like, what number? I go, in case we lose this call, what number can I get back to you at? And he gives me a phone number. I'm like, okay, that's fucking weird. So I write that down, whatever. I kick over, I answer the other call. They say, hey, this is so-and-so, officer so-and-so, blah, 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 from Jamestown Police Department. I never once gave him where I lived. So they had enough information already. And the thing is, my cell phone is not registered to me. So the fact that they already had that, whatever, easy enough to do.
Yeah.
So he calls up, says he's officer so-and-so, gives me a badge number, gives this, and playing it cool, like, well, what's the problem? What are we doing? What are we talking about? Why am I calling you? And I'm like, all right, you're supposed to verify this other guy I got on the phone. He's like, yeah, they're doing an investigation. I'm like, oh, okay. Hold, please. By this point, I run back into my office because it's on my cell phone. I go, well, hold on just a second. Sorry. Put the phone down, put it on mute, call the number back that they called me from, the 716. It is the Jamestown Police Department. So within all, right, but they knew what it was. They knew, you know what I mean? Like, and they did all this shit real quick. So I call the police department. Now that I've got the outgoing call, I explain kind of what's going on real quick. Well, I've got this other guy on mute. So they transfer me downstairs to the desk sergeant or whatever. And I'm like, hey, just let you know, I got a guy on the phone claiming to be officer such and such. And this is what's going on and blah, 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 blah. And he goes, when did this call take place? And I'm like, I have him on hold right now. Like, it's happening right now. He goes, yeah. He goes, we do have an officer so-and-so. Like, the name matched. And so they even went that far and found a cop in town. So he goes, we do have an officer so-and-so, but he's been on medical leave for a week. So I go, so he's not on the other line right now. He's like, no. I go, okay, well, I've got you on the phone just to see how far this goes. I go, he gave me a badge number. If I give you the number he gave me, can you verify that this is officer so-and-so's badge number? And he goes, yeah, no problem. So I read the number off to him and he goes, no, that's not even like our format. And I go, okay, but they got that far. Yeah. You know what I mean? So by this time, I'm about to pick back up on this guy and tell me, suck my fucking dick. And he ended the call anyway. He didn't like being left on mute. And then that was it. I didn't get arrested. I didn't get raided. But that's the thing. If I was, but it was like,
if you
international
were
drug
30 years
trafficking.
Older, they might have got you.
Exactly. This was good. Normally you could see right through it. But this took me a little while. This one took me a little while. But like I said, luckily I didn't give him anything. It was just, I was skeptical enough of like, I'm sorry if this is real. I don't know how you can prove it to me, but you have to prove it to me. You know? And that whole thing took a half hour. But they went all the way down to have local police call me from the real local police, spoofed, but from the real local police number, use an actual officer's name from that department. Like, what the fuck? Like, it got wild. So, yeah.
I know somebody got called with one of those because here they'll do you miss jury duty and there's a warrant out for your arrest for missing jury duty. And you can pay us your the whatever fee to make it go away over the phone. Yeah. Or no, it's not over the phone. It was they had to go get cash out of the bank and hand it to somebody. And that was how they paid it.
And again, right when it gets to that point, that's when the red flags, if they haven't already gone up. But there was nothing big enough yet. They didn't ask me for account information. They didn't ask me for, you know what I mean? And they had enough to begin with. So I get maybe we just never got that far. But it was... Yeah,
I mean, your data has been breached so many times. There's enough information. We can pull it up right now.
Sure. Oh, yeah, I know. But it was just... It was interesting, the psychology of it. Like I said, because he get, now after I calmed down... Yeah, they tried... After I calmed down... I just took some tests, or not tests, but continuing education, whatever you call those, continued learning things on phishing and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but this was a good one. It was, money laundering and international drug trafficking and all this other stuff. And I'm like, what? And all I could think of was when we were talking about this on an episode like the week before. And I was like, I'm too dumb to do this. So, yeah.
Hold on, I forgot where I was going.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
They were going to send me to San Antonio, though. I was like, all right, well, I'll be closer to Ray.
I don't... I don't answer my phone unless it's a number I know, or unless I am expecting a call from, like I made a doctor's appointment, or I called the mechanic or my car's, waiting for my car to get fixed.
And I'm always getting calls that are legit from numbers I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like I can't screen them all. And like I said, it was just, you jumped right in.
You leave a message and I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
I will call you back. Probably not. But
Probably. Yeah, I mean, I do that when I can. But
I get that shit, like the texts all the time. If you're on Telegram, I get all the message, like the romance scams I get all the time. I'm just like, I don't have any fucking money, man. Move on to somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah. If you steal my identity, you're not getting much. I'm not the big payout.
A lot of debts.
I'm the 4-spot game, baby. You want to find the 10-spot game.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'll be playing that tomorrow.
If you want to steal my identity and take all my debt, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you have more money than I do, so can you pay my debt? And I don't know. Yeah. My favorite is those people like the North Korea, like people that are getting jobs for like U.S. tech companies, just really? Faking everything, just their whole identity, like everything.
Huh.
Getting computers somehow sent to them, like just wild.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously must be profitable to some degree because it's still there and it's growing. You know what I mean?
It's very profitable. We actually have a story later that I found on a YouTube video about a Russian sports betting site. So stay tuned for that, folks.
All right.
This is quite the episode.
Yeah, I guess so.
Ray, how was your birthday? What'd you do?
Cookout at a friend's house, and I don't know if there's anything else really on the agenda.
That was on the agenda, you mean?
That was on the agenda. The biggest thing was being home, so as the fireworks were going, the dogs weren't totally freaking out.
Mm.
Fair enough. I think I saw some fireworks also, but on the 3rd. Because I'm going to this is difficult.
Yeah, I know.
I went to the Tarp Skunks game. And I took my brother. So bringing more people in. How about that?
And I was going to go, but was unable to. But it was nice to at least have dinner with you and your brother before you guys went to the game, and then I had to skirt out. So that was fun. That was good. It was good. It was a good time.
That was a good time.
We both won. We both hit the 4-spot, $55 a piece. So I mean, it was a good night.
Crazy. Yeah, it was a great night.
I hope.
Do we manifest that? I hope that happens.
Me too. I know, right? Jesus. If it is, I'm going to do that all the time.
Our complaining and nagging about something finally worked.
I know, and I don't.
That's not complaining. It was constructive criticism. I really think it was good. Like, and he took everything to heart. So
we did. Yeah, we got a response back from GM of the Tarp Skunks, Christian Doles. Listen to the episode like release day.
Gotcha.
Thank you. We at least knew we release inside baseball, but I think you can go look this up. We release at 3 a.m. on the East Coast, which is midnight on the West Coast. And we do that.
That's what time you get up.
Yeah, exactly. By 10 a.m., he wrote us a nice little message. Hey, listen to the episode. I like the suggestions. Blah 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 blah. This that. Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking it to heart. I'm sorry that last Thursday I couldn't make it to the game because me and Rob were going to try to track you down, but I think we're going to wait till we're both there, right? Unless you went and talked to him by yourself on Thursday.
Gonna not go talk to him. But if I see him, is this right?
I don't know.
I'm not going to go out of my way to be like, hey, it's me.
Yeah.
But if I happen to walk by him, I will introduce myself.
Yeah.
And say, Chris didn't want to come because you don't have any fucking jalapenos.
Yeah. And he addressed that. He addressed my jalapenos thing, and he's like, oh, that's kind of an outside thing, but I can look into that. That's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for.
That's it.
He didn't
More
realize
80s, 90s music.
He didn't realize they didn't have jalapenos. We just brought it to his attention. That's all.
Yep. That's it. That's all we're doing.
No, but
that's all we've been doing for 10 years, just bringing things to people's attention.
Out of our ass. But no, I do. And if you're listening to this one as well, yeah, we if we haven't met up yet, we definitely want to. So I don't know if there's something there has to be something we can do with the Tarp Skunks organization, and there's got to be some way that they can utilize us. Maybe not on this show, but
Right.
a thing, a way. I don't know. I don't have it fleshed out. That's why I want to talk. So, yeah. Anyway, ideas keep them coming. I'll look at 10 a.m.
If we want to
next
further
Wednesday
build
for more.
out, if we want to further build out a Tarp Skunks fan hub,
Yeah.
which I did modify my site now to just be the schedule because it was just too hard to manually update
Sure.
the scores after every game. So I just wiped out all that stuff and was like, here's the schedule and here's all the information.
Yeah.
But if we want to do something like that or interview players and get deeper into, like, I'd love to just know a little more about them.
Yeah.
They tried to do that on one of the daytime games where they had the spouse of one of the players on, and it was weird. Like, it was just awkward.
Oh, we can do awkward.
So,
Yes, I mean, you are awkward. You're talking to the right guys.
let us ask some questions. No,
But no, you know what I mean?
yeah, a lot of things we could potentially do.
Like, not a live thing. I mean, it wouldn't, obviously, like I said, be within
Right.
this show because, you know, it's I don't want, hey, kids.
This is something.
Hey, kids and parents, tune in. Well, every other word out of my mouth is fuck. No, that's probably not what the Tarp Skunks want to associate with. So I would at least have to clean it up, and I realize that. But I'm not cleaning up for this show.
Nope. Oh,
So anyway,
tell her.
yeah.
I finished a book.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what, guys, and do what you want with this information in July. It is Christmas in July if you want to watch some Hallmark movies. I already have. I'm struggling hard on my routines. So
Oh, yeah. Okay. Noted. Noted.
moving has put a huge dent
Oh, well, yeah.
into routines.
Fucking
To be
excuses.
expected.
And I'm
yeah.
just now slowly starting to get back to some of them. So I finished a book.
So yeah, come next January, we'll remember that nothing happened like April through June.
Oh,
say that.
I mean, I bought a house in November, so I was doing shit for.
Yeah, but not like you have been the past month.
It's been rough. But yeah, everything is tuberculosis. By John Green. It's not Hank, right? Hank Green. One of the two. They're brothers. I think it's.
I don't know, Tom.
Those same people.
It's Tom.
Yeah. But I have the book I have the Kindle version and the physical version that I bought at the Good Neighbors bookstore, a signed copy. I watched him he signed 100,000 copies on a live stream over
Are you
many
serious?
weeks, I think. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I got one of those. But very good read. Did not realize, I didn't know much about tuberculosis.
I got accused of spreading it in high school.
Really?
You never heard that story?
No.
Oh
Do
my
tell.
God. So, okay, not to interrupt yours, but if Jim's
good.
listening to this episode, he's laughing his ass off. So I'm walking down the hall outside of one of the French classrooms, and this is only pertinent because the teacher knew who I was. So I'm at the door and said something, and she yells at me, and I'm like, what? She, get out of the principal's office. Go see Mrs. Lipsy right now. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what did I do? So she like calls or whatever. I don't know. So I went down there, and the teacher said that I spit out the window. So before I even got that, I'm getting read the riot act of like how spitting's dirty and you can spread tuberculosis and this is like 1995 or whatever. So I'm like, I didn't spit out the window. And I knew the assistant principal. It was Mrs. Lipsy. So, and she'd known me for years. So it's like,
Yeah.
I didn't spit out the window. It's like, well, she said she saw you spit out the window. I'm like, I was in the hallway. I go, if I somehow managed to spit from the hallway across the thing,
like that Seinfeld episode.
Exactly, and managed to clear everybody and get it out the window, and this was a third floor classroom too, so get it out the window, I go, I think you got to let me go based on skill at that point. But she's just like, you weren't even in the room? I go, no, I was walking down the hallway. I go, if somebody spit out the window, And like she thought that, or they ran out and she thought it was, I don't know what the thing was. I go, I'm walking down the hallway. She yells out the door and says to come down. That's all I know. So she's like, well, okay, that's, you know, so I got out of it. But yeah, part of it was spitting is dirty and spreads tuberculosis.
That is true. Not in the United States for quite some time. Maybe again soon. We don't know.
Yeah. Like I said, not in 1995 in Jamestown.
That is correct. But yeah, I learned a lot about like drug resistant tuberculosis, how there hasn't been enough like it still kills a ton of people every year.
Oh, sure.
Which I didn't realize because we have a cure for it.
It killed Doc Holliday. That's how Doc Holliday died.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never seen that movie. It's a Michael J. Fox movie, right?
No.
What?
Not the one I'm talking about.
Is Michael J. Fox not in a movie called Doc Holliday?
Doc Hollywood. Doc Holliday is the Western guy. Shootout at the OK Corral. Was it the OK Corral? Tombstone.
That's what I thought. He was a character in like a movie, wasn't he?
Yeah. I'm your Huckleberry. It was Val Kilmer. But anyway,
I liked him in the Doors movie.
Doc Hollywood was the...
never seen that.
That's the Michael J. Fox.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly. All right. Anyway, yeah, it's a good read if you're, interested in, like, there are a lot of things in today's culture that were influenced by tuberculosis, like beauty standards.
All right.
Really?
Now I'm interested. Give me an example there.
So they thought a few things. So before they knew what the cause of tuberculosis was, they, assigned all sorts of different things to it.
The consumption. I still call it the consumption.
Yes. The consumption. Yes. That's what it consumes you.
Yeah.
But for women, it said it made them real thin and gave them, because of the fever, gave them that rosy cheeks.
Oh, Jesus.
And
okay.
that's why we created blush and makeup.
Interesting.
To get that tuberculosis look.
Okay.
They also said that as you were dying, as it was taking your body, it was making you smarter. It was making you be more creative and things like that. So that was a thing that was believed before.
Okay. I mean, this was around the same time that people used to eat tapeworms as a weight loss thing. So, all right.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. And then one of the, I can't remember there was just some famous people that were involved in discovering a cure, and I can't think, he was a writer. And he one of the guys said he had a cure, but apparently it was not a cure at all. And it was making people sicker. So this other guy who ended up being a famous writer, but went and tracked this guy down to try and disprove him. So there's a lot of just interesting stories like that in the book. So it's still a 200-page read. I definitely recommend it.
Interesting little piece of trivia. Erwin Schrödinger both died and didn't die of tuberculosis.
Good one.
Until you went in his room. He's on the list.
Good one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anton Chekhov, was that your writer? Doc Holliday?
Nope.
The rest of these names I don't really know. James Monroe. All right.
Oh, wow.
Henry David Thoreau. Wow. How did I find this list of the top 100 famous people that have died of tuberculosis?
Go.
Most of them I don't.
Is that what you Googled?
Really know. No.
There's also there's a guy that he focuses on in the book that had tuberculosis and couldn't get the medication that he needed because being in Africa in a poor place that doesn't have the ability to because I didn't realize it's tons of pills every day for months to get rid of this.
Oh wow. And it basically
months.
your lungs basically break down and shed, correct? The inner lining of your lungs, you start hacking that up. All right.
Yep. Terrible.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like the best way to go. Drowning on your own blood from the inside out. That's a fucking line right there, isn't it? That's a lyric.
Yeah, it is.
Write that shit down.
Let's write it.
That has to be a Cannibal Corpse song.
It's
a new. We'll create an AI Cannibal Corpse knockoff called Carnival Claps. Carnival. It's something. Give me a better C word.
Whoa. Not on this show. I said I'm trying to clean it up.
No, my bad. All right. Transition.
Yeah, let's get off the consumption.
Ray did something, and he posted about it in the F1 channel. And if you want to know, then you should join our Patreon, and then maybe you could figure it out. Because he's just like posting shit, and he's like, I don't know, it did pretty well. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
The line is,
like, I don't have it
pulled up. It's just, I believe the caption was, it felt like we were going faster than this, or something to that effect. And we're like, what?
Did the links for the like videos and stuff not get
I did get one. It was like, it's like a little go-kart track. So it did make sense when I looked at it, but it just popped up. I'm a big banner reader, and it's like, oh, that's something I'll go back and read. If not, I'll be like, I got the gist of it from the banner. But I didn't get the picture in the banner. It was just like, it felt, I think it felt faster than this. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
These look slow on video, but they felt a lot faster.
Yeah, okay. That could have gone a million different ways. But yes, I did watch the video.
Yeah, no, we went to the indoor go-kart track here in Houston. I think they're all over the nation. It's the K1 speed ones.
Oh, there's not one here.
Maybe not there. But there might be one like Buffalo or something. But yeah, it's just like an indoor go-kart track. They say they go 40 miles an hour. They feel like they go really fast when you're driving them. They look really slow on video.
Well, you're really low to the ground, so that's
How much is this, and for how long? What do you pay for?
So you pay like $8 the first time you go because they have to give you like a license and sign waivers and things like that. But once you have that, every time you go back, they include the head sock, so you don't have to buy that every time because they give you a disposable one. So that way, when you put the helmet on, you're not just putting on your head.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't want you getting tuberculosis in your scalp.
Exactly. But then, it was like $60 for 3 races. So it's like $20 a race or something like that. And the races are 12 laps each time.
Do you get like practice? Is there P1 and P2? Yeah, like, you just get out there and you're racing against people and you've never been in a cart?
That's why the first one was so inconsistent, is like I didn't know what the cart could do. I didn't know how much you actually had to. Generally, you don't really have to brake in these kind of carts that you just pay and you go rent and drive. Generally, you don't have to brake at all. If you let off the gas, they'll slow down enough. You can throw them around the corner and make it usually. This track did have a couple of really tight hairpins that you did actually have to brake a little bit. But it took that first race was just like, where do you actually brake at? How much brake do you need? Can you make it without braking? Things like that. But also the first race was also against a family, and I was putting my hair down when I was doing it because I didn't want like the bun in the back of the helmet pushing in my head the whole time.
Fuck yeah! And it's gonna look rad when it flies in the air.
Exactly.
At not fast speeds.
Exactly. But I also had on like a generic like light blue gray shirt kind of thing. This family happened to have like one of the sisters or something. When you're sitting in the carts, like you can't tell how tall somebody is or how big they are. You all just kind of look like you're the same size for the most part. And she had on a similar colored shirt and similar length hair and a similar colored helmet. So
similar
we go out
beard.
there the first. Well, you can't see the beard in the helmet.
Oh, right. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. So we get on the track the first time, and like it's my first time going around here. I don't know the track or anything. And so I'm just racing, and I know this family is here, so I'm also trying to like not go too hard. I'm trying to give them space, stuff like that.
No way. Rubbing's part of racing, baby.
They were going all out for it. Like they weren't holding back at all. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to fucking go for it too.
I'm a Ricky Bobby this bitch.
So like we were like actually racing and like getting really close, and like it was very competitive.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah, and like their kid beat me the first time because I didn't know the track. So my fastest time was a 29.8 in the first race because I was just learning the track. He did a 28.1 was his fastest time.
Oh wow!
So it wasn't too far off, but yeah. Then we get done with that one, we do the 12 laps or whatever, learn the track, get more comfortable with it, and we get out of the carts and we're walking off, and they go, "Sorry, we thought you were our sister." So we were really racing.
That's why they were going so balls out. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh no, it's all good. I was having a great time.
That's good. I did look up. There's 105 current locations for this place. There's 2 in New York. Mount Kisco. I don't know where that is, but I think I've heard of it. And then West Nyack. I have no idea where that is. Now Pennsylvania. It's to the left. Yeah, it's to the left of Nyack. Pennsylvania has one in Harrisburg. Okay, that makes sense. And one in Horsham, PA, which I know where that is. There's a company I deal with like on a weekly basis in Horsham.
They should take you out.
I know they should. I'd be like, hey guys, I'm gonna come down. Take me to this K1 track. And then just scrolling down, were you in Houston proper for this place?
Probably. Is that on 290?
No, I'm just looking at the cities it's listing because it also says coming soon, the Woodlands Conroe.
Oh yeah, we were in Houston proper then. Okay. We were in the one on 290. Yeah, it's definitely.
You
been
really
there
need another one. I mean, yeah, you do because it takes probably an hour to get in.
That's what I mean. I'm just saying you might have one a little closer. You might want to buy the season pass.
Where we are, they're probably going to end up about being the same time apart.
Oh well.
Yeah. But yeah, we did that first race, then we did the second race, and that family left, and a new family came in. So the first race was them learning the track and everything, so they constantly were spinning out and stuff. But I did do a 27.9 for my fastest lap in the second. So I did beat Rush Ivanovsky's best time from the first race.
All right.
So I'm going to let that be known. Was also had the fastest time out of everybody in that second race. But it was very inconsistent lap times because it was so much stop and go. And then the third race, they knew the track better. And my lap times were extremely consistent, right around 30 seconds every single lap. My best was a 27.7. So my fastest lap came on the last race once I actually knew the track and knew where I was going. And that one,
you don't know you don't have any of this data while you're racing, right? It's just you get it after the fact. That's about okay.
Yeah,
it's not that advanced.
They have a big projector up on the screen.
I want a ghost car. That's like a ghost car in a video game, but it's inside your visor. That's what I want. I want to chase the ghost car.
F1 knows like how fast their lap times, right? And their
they seem on steering wheel.
Yeah,
I know that there
was
are.
This steering wheel like? Was it just like they have anything? I didn't have a turbo boost like in off road. Nitro.
No, nothing at all. It had one button on it, so if you got turned around, you could put it in reverse and try to get out of the wall or whatever.
Okay.
Can I buy off road? I have a garage.
Probably. Yeah.
How much it is?
They're probably any of those stand-up games I've looked. They're all in like that $1,500 range for the full console.
It's affordable.
So it's like I mean, you can get a hold of them. Let's just go down. See if that room down at the old practice space for the band still exists. See if all those games are down there.
Right? Yeah, I know.
Anyway,
like, who owns this? Can we just buy it?
You want an off-road? I can get you an off-road. I got connections at Homeland Security.
Excellent.
They definitely have them there. But yeah, then we had the last race, and that one was much more consistent time, set my fastest. But that one got interesting because like the two guys that finished right behind me on the fastest times, they were actually they were doing the same times I were. So there's at one point where I got stuck behind the guy, and we were literally like inches away from each other for like 3 laps in a row, just doing the exact same thing. It was the best racing I've ever participated in a kart in person that was not on a video game. So that was a lot of fun. And then I did spin out on the very last corner because it's the very sharp hairpin. And I saw somebody on the outside where they were going into the wall. And so I tried to adjust so I'd make sure I wasn't hitting them because my line was going to the outside of that corner to carry as much speed as I could. But when I adjusted to not hit them, all of a sudden the car just like spun around real fast with there was no warning, just out of nowhere.
I'm concerned.
Is there a DRS stretch there too?
No,
oh, man.
Oh,
damn it.
I'm concerned that if I did it, I can't not drive safely.
That can be
it's just ingrained in me. So, and I also don't know that you're like, I know this would be the quickest line. I don't know that I would.
Maybe after a few third lap, I think. Yeah.
Maybe.
I think you'd get there.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
It worked. That's
cool.
That's why you got to run. You got to run
I'm
your
sure
Mario
something like
Kart. You got to run a couple of times. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know that I'm like, ooh, this is the quicker line, so I'm going to go this way. I don't know that I consciously, I might go, yeah, this is the way I'm going to go because I think it's the quick. I don't know.
See, now,
Let's not think about
But it's also you're
Now that
also
F1
racing
drivers-
against 13-year-old girls in there too, so they're going to know a little bit less than you. I think it's all relative.
But now that F1 drivers say it all the time, they play racing video games and it helps them with their driving. I can say that because I've played Gran Turismo my entire life, that I kind of understand, like, this is how you're supposed to drive and approach a corner and stuff like that. So it was easy.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I drove it like GTA 5 though, and I got out and beat up a hooker. So I don't know what. Anyway,
there was a soccer game going on the other day. I drove my car right onto the field. Not the same.
not the same. I couldn't
Not the
find
same
the
at all.
rockets. I was out of boost.
It was. Yeah, the kids screaming didn't help.
Right.
Thought it was a crowd cheering
like-
at first, but
I'm like, how do you turn those kids off?
I don't know. Okay, where's
Speaking of
the
soccer,
options
though.
menu?
Speaking of soccer, I found a soccer game that's maybe we could all play. Sorry, I still don't know how to share my screen. No, that's not it. Don't look at it. Don't look at it.
Nope, it's good. There's it's the okay. Oh, you got it.
Don't look at it.
Here,
I
I'll share.
don't want to share that screen. Oh, you'll share it? Great.
it was how I called you earlier from talking about security.
I'll just share it.
Yeah.
Sub
Soccer.
This
Yeah,
is-
what do you have you heard of this?
No, not until I looked at this, but it's pretty cool. It's basically you sit at a table with a glass top on it. You sit there and kick the ball at each other and try to get it through each other's legs. This sounds like something we would have made up,
I know, right?
but it has like official gear now. It looks like a smaller ball. The table's like pretty beefy. We would have just done it on like a card table and destroyed it. But yeah,
Yeah.
this also looks
Like,
like I would just get pissed off and kick somebody too under the table. Because you can reach
That's
the
fine.
other
You
person.
It looks like they're far enough apart. Maybe if you slid your body, like you could kick them, but
I don't know. I was right on the edge there. I'm seeing busted toes and busted knees. That's what I'm.
injury. I've got a lower body injury from sub soccer. So one, apparently you can bet on this.
Of course you can.
Two, like these people look like they're playing in bars and shit. Is there like a location? Like where's the closest place we could play?
I don't know. I haven't really. I'm not even sure where to news. Let's go with the news here. I don't know. Oh, there's finals.
Oh man, the
2025
UEFA Europa
final.
League finals.
Japan.
Like what?
Okay.
Like how big is this thing? Are there other team like legit teams that I could support or watch?
Yeah.
Or I guess it wouldn't even be a team; it'd just be a person. Or are there teams and you have matches? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know, but they've got.
You know who I can
they've
ask?
got kits. They've got full kits to sit at a table.
You know who I think we can? I can ask. Oh, I can't share my screen, so I can't ask ChatGPT.
Well, there you go. Tough
Damn it.
shit. See, that's how they get you.
We'll never know. That's how who gets who.
I don't know. Somebody gets somebody that way. I want to look at, okay, so there's this picture. It's whatever finals. The UEFA Champions League final. All right. Happened a couple of weeks ago. So look at the announcer on the top left. He's like right in the action. But there's no ball, so I don't know exactly what's going on in this picture. But they could definitely kick each other. Look at that.
It's by his foot. The guy
I see on the left. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's real little. Yeah, that's smaller than I thought. That's what she said.
But this is definitely something that, like,
Can you go barefoot, or do you need to have socks?
They showed-
Is this like an athlete's foot kind of thing?
no, I think for the official, it looks like the official ones, it's just the mat underneath, and you do it in socks. They showed a beach version of it though too, but I don't think that's officially sanctioned. I think that's just them trying to sell the table.
There's probably a beach sub-soccer. There's a beach soccer World Cup.
Yeah. Games. Here we go. Okay, the Sub Soccer S3 is the portable bench soccer game. Okay, great. Sub Soccer S7 is the original bench soccer. That one looks a little bit bigger. That's the one with the glass table and the whole nine. That's one you won't give each other.
This seems like something that Pitch 25 in Houston would have. They're like a soccer-themed bar. Like, I feel like they would probably have this game.
Unless it becomes like a insurance liability. I don't know. That's the only reason I would think they wouldn't.
They do pick up soccer games there. They have the big inflatable balls that people play soccer in. So, yeah, I don't think they're worried about the liability from people kicking each other.
Okay, I got some quick facts.
Okay.
Sub Soccer was invented in Finland by Jussi Kampainen. Kampainen, I don't know. And Lasse Salovara around 2018. It started as a fun backyard game and gained popularity through social media due to its simplicity and entertaining nature. Mm-hmm. The gameplay, 1v1, though 2v2 versions exist, yes.
Oh, okay.
Players sit on opposite sides of a see-through table. Goals are located under the table behind each player. First to a set number of goals wins, 3 or 5. Are there leagues or teams? Yes. Though still niche and emerging, Sub-Soccer has organized competitions. There's the Sub-Soccer World Championships held in Europe, including Finland, where it originated. There's the corporate leagues and pop-ups. Brands like Red Bull, Adidas, and even pro football clubs like Bayern Munich have Sub-Soccer tables for fan engagement and social events. And there's social media leagues. Many TikTok and YouTube creators have made informal leagues and tournaments around it.
Okay.
Can you play in the U.S.? Yes, but it's not widespread. Yes. However, you can buy your own table. Some arcade sports bars or event companies might have Sub-Soccer. There's growing interest in the U.S., especially among sports influencers and gaming lounges.
Yeah, I mean, and the S3 model, the portable version, it's about $650 for the whole setup. The official, the official original bench soccer, the S7. I forgot.
How portable is it? Like,
$2,600.
Could we just take it with us to like Southern Tier?
Yeah, yeah. It looks like.
But I mean, really,
that'd be fucking amazing. Like, just take it to the bar.
Yeah, it's
but like you could just make this, like some PVC pipe, some net. Like you could make the table, and you could just use like camping chair. Like we could make a redneck version of this.
Yeah, but the thing, definitely. But like for $600, that's not bad. I mean, you're going to spend that on any other sport kind of thing, equipment and whatever else. That's not out of the realm.
That's not terrible.
No,
that's it's less than half an off-road.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever heard of the tabletop version of soccer?
No.
Just type into the.
Isn't that foosball?
No. This one is called Binho. BINHO.
Why do I feel like I'm getting baited?
You're not getting baited. Binho board, Binho soccer game, whichever one of those. Yeah, you go to the official. It's like a Brazilian. Go to the official page there. The first link.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like a Brazilian company, I think. But yeah, it's just like a little
Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah, and you flick the little balls, and it's got little pegs on it. And it's like a tabletop soccer. Yeah.
Stop.
How many calories does one burn during a sub-soccer match?
Yeah, or bench soccer. Yeah, sub-soccer looked like that was the league.
Okay, a couple hundred calories. That's all right.
All right.
I could do it. While drinking, I'd drink the alcohol off.
Yeah. Oh, man, look at this. This picture of the Binho. Hell yeah! Like I thought they were breakdancing and playing dominoes. It's like two dudes in a parking lot playing this tabletop soccer game, and there's an entire crowd around them. This is the most ridiculous picture I've ever seen in my life.
So one of the guys that goes to
look at that guy's hair! Yikes!
One of the guys
he needs to borrow that hat from his friend on the right there.
Yeah. One of the guys who goes to 11 Below every week and we watch Arsenal games, he has that Arsenal board for his kids and he brings it every week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why don't you bring an Arsenal branded sub soccer portable,
Hell yeah.
whatever it's called? That's nice.
Get the S3. We can get away with the S3.
I
Now,
think so.
if it folded all up and came in like a nice little carrying case, like a backpack, motherfucker.
Yes.
Ooh, now we're talking.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know how much it bends up, but
Yeah, it looked like it folded up.
I don't know.
Pretty good.
Maybe if we get enough Patreon subscribers, that is one of our first purchases. Thank you very much, Patreon subscribers. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Tell you what, Tarp Skunks, you could buy one of the S7s, set in the outfield, and sell special tickets so people can sit there and play sub soccer while they watch the game.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go. I like it.
That's not bad.
All right. Anything else you wanna? Anything else you all? Whoa. Want to chat about before we can wrap it up with some crypto stuff if you're interested.
Sure. Why not?
Why not? I'm excited about this. So, tokenized stock trading is a thing. They're trying to tokenize everything, put everything on the blockchain, right? You know,
Sure.
that's
what it's there for.
why not? That's what it's there for. So they have tokenized stocks.
Okay.
So what are more than 60 right now tokenized stocks are available on Kraken, Bybit, which I don't have access to either of those in New York State, but via Solana DeFi. So you can get them via Jupiter, you can get them on the Soulflare app, you might be able to get them in the Phantom app, a bunch of different places. But
Bybit's still a thing?
yeah, they sponsor an F1 car.
Oh, maybe I'm getting confused with one of the other ones that went out of business.
Yeah, maybe.
You're thinking of Bybitch.
No, that's wrong.
Bybitch is gone.
Yeah. So, in a recent announcement from Backed Finance, the company responsible for this, the company said its tokenized stocks product, X Stocks, has launched with over 60 stocks becoming available on the platforms I mentioned earlier, offering users exposure to traditional stocks via blockchain infrastructure. So, initially, the stock selection is focused on blue chip giants and crypto firms, emerging and established companies. So far supported stocks include Netflix, Meta, Robinhood, Coinbase, Amazon, Nvidia, McDonald's, Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, and others. So why do we need tokenized stocks? So
I just want to point out, I think we called this way back when. Not down to like the tokenized, which you're about to define, but like the idea of actual companies trading more like crypto does. I swear we said that. I'm not going to go back and I'm not. That's what AI is for. Go find to see if I'm right.
Maybe.
So
but is this pulling from the same, like when they issue stock to raise funds? Is it pulling from that same pool of number of shares they issued?
It would have
like
to.
it's backed. It's backed 1-to-1. So xstocks.com says investing for everyone. For too long, investing has come with barriers, borders, brokers, limitations. It's been complicated, costly, and for millions out of reach. X stocks were created to change that. This is what investing looks like when it's designed for everyone. So, if you've traded stocks before, it's, tied to the market hours. You can't buy, you can put in orders, but they won't be executed until the stock market opens.
Right.
Not with X stocks, trading available 24/7.
Well, and that's interesting because that's a strategy I know that a lot of people use is when you put it in, you know what it's going to open at, things like that. So you get them in overnight to make sure that, that strategy now no longer exists. So that literally changes the game.
So there's no commissions. So, you're often paying brokerage fees.
Sure.
That often takes a long time. Like, here's my thought. I'm okay with, like, there's investing and stock trading. Investing in my 401k is like long term.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna, I'm not
Target
trading.
funds.
I'm not concerned with trading fee, like that kind of stuff as much. But there are stocks that I would like to have exposure to in my portfolio that I may just want to have for a shorter period of time.
Day trade them or whatever.
Or I don't want them to be part of my 401k portfolio or,
Sure.
my IRAs or whatever. So, so I'm super excited about this. I have already picked up a few. I've picked up, so there's an S&P, there's one, a token that's tied to the S&P 500. So I picked up some of that. I picked up some NVIDIA and Circle, which they are the company that launched the USDC stablecoin.
Okay.
So they have a stock as well. So I picked up some of those. Now, what I'm also doing with those is I also have them in liquidity pools in Radium. So
interesting.
not only do I've bought the stocks, but now I put my portion of the shares I hold with some USDC in a pool, and then stocks don't move that much like crypto does. So they stay pretty, pretty relative. Like they're not going to jump up 20% a day.
Not
the
yet,
ranges
because there's still, because the traditional market still has they have to go hand in hand with each other. So yeah. If that ever turns around and it goes fully 24/7 live, then it may be as volatile as crypto, right? It may turn into that.
It also sounds like a fraud nightmare. Like what's to stop somebody like a congressperson? Like, how would they disclose that on their financial disclosures? Like, for everything they can see is just in their crypto wallet. Like, they're not making big transactions. So, like, do we lose visibility into congressional stock trading? Is it, things like that?
Well, I mean, you'll be able to see, we'll have more visibility because everything's on chain. Will you know that address is specifically tied to a congressperson?
Right.
I don't know. Unless they have to disclose that somehow.
Right.
So.
That's interesting, though. I mean, if nothing else, it's in its infancy here.
Like, you're talking about, like, the liquidity stuff. Like, that would be easy enough for a congressperson. Like, oh, I know that we made this deal and the stock is going to shoot up, and so there's going to be a lot of action on it. So let me, issue whatever I hold in the X stocks and
it
seems, for liquidity on it.
Seems like it's a little easier. Oh, I didn't realize I shut that off. A little bit easier to do the insider trading too. Like I said, but we don't know the rules on the front end of this. Like, what do you have to disclose? How. How hidden actually is it for this particular type of transaction? We don't know that.
Yeah. But either way, here's my positions here on Radium. It's, it's not a ton of money, but just some of the APRs I'm getting. So 31%, 35%, 23%, and 72%. So not bad. I've made 49 cents since yesterday, which on $141 is not terrible.
That's more than my 401k made.
Right. So I don't know. I'm gonna let it just go and maybe add to it. I really want to get a well-rounded crypto portfolio that has some tech stocks, but also like Eli Lilly is supposed to have an X stock, and I'm into like health and drug kind of stuff, so I'd like to have some of that. But they're not all available yet. So I picked up some of the ones I could that I was interested in. I've got them in these liquidity pools, so I'll follow them. And then another thing I picked up is called Let's see. I don't remember what it's called. USD. Oh. USDY.
USD. Oh yeah.
USD. So USDY, also known as Ondo US dollar yield, is a tokenized note backed by short-term US treasuries and bank deposits, offering a yield-bearing alternative to traditional stablecoins. So this is actually tied to US treasuries.
Interesting. It's
So
almost
also
it's like
picked
it's
up a little
coming
bit of
back
that.
around. Yeah, it's all right. I don't hate
So-
this. This whole idea. It's the old merging with the new. So
Yeah.
again, even
I never got into buying treasuries. Like, I know I can. I know that I can go to the treasurydirect.gov website and do it. But man, this was a heck of a lot easier.
And I'm not trying to shit on this at all. I just I
Yeah.
just know that nightmares that stocks have brought on our global economy in the past, and
Well,
it
yeah.
seems like a terrifying idea of transitioning that to crypto when most governments don't even
Well,
understand the basic concepts of it.
if they don't tread lightly.
I mean, I don't
it
think
could
they're
be, yeah.
transitioning it. It is an in addition to.
Yeah,
And it looks
So
like it's
now
running
opening up the
directly
ability-
parallel to.
the reporting requirements are going to be a nightmare too for companies. Like, how do they reconcile the X stocks against their stock issuance? And
That's for
feel
them to
it for
figure
the
out.
account-
That's their
feel
problem.
it for the accountants now. Like, they've got to learn all this stuff now too.
But I mean, it feels like it's just a different method of doing the exact same thing. So, the outside of the technology, everything else should kind of follow suit. Because, like I said, if it's running in parallel with the traditional market, they're going to influence each other. Otherwise, it would just be a coin. You know what I mean? So, the fact that they're going to have X amount of tokens over here, X amount of tokenized shares, but then that same amount or whatever percentage of actual stock, because again, even that's all made up bullshit.
That is.
So I like it.
Each token is one-to-one backed by the underlying asset. Third-party licensed custodians hold the underlying assets and redeemable for the underlying asset's cash value.
Okay. So what almost okay, maybe I read this wrong. They're not splitting it. It's almost like it's a different way to buy the traditional stock. You can either buy the tokenized
Correct.
version or you can buy it through a traditional one, but they both pull from the same
Right, but this one is cheaper and faster.
Sure. Yeah, exactly.
Like
So
someone
it's
said,
just a different
like,
method of buying the same thing.
yeah, like someone said they bought $11,000 worth of some stock and the fee was cents. Where
Oh, sure.
through a traditional brokerage, it would be, potentially a lot more than that. Well, yeah, a lot more than that.
It makes
So-
sense why it's on those exchanges, though, because it says the compliant regulatory framework was backed by a Swiss platform. So I bet they haven't figured out how to adhere to U.S. standards yet.
That's cool though.
This
That's
and
real
Ondo,
cool.
there's this. There's this Dune Analytics. If Johnny might like this, Dune.com. They have a lot of different analytics on crypto. So this is XStocks trading analytics on Solana. So you can see what people are are people buying these stocks. So it looks like today.
Oh, cool.
Today, 63,000 has been spent on Apple's, 594,000 on Nvidia, 720,000 on MicroStrategy, 1.1 million in Tesla, almost $1 million in Circle, and 4.4 million in the SPY 500 or S&P index. Sorry,
It's doing volume.
that's crazy.
So,
Look
but
at
this is a metric you can't get traditionally, correct? Or I don't know how to
I
get
don't
it.
think I don't know how to get it to know what has been bought every day. Probably
Yeah.
you might be able, maybe if you have like Bloomberg Terminal, but there's like subscription fees for that.
Right.
Yeah, look at that. And then the swaps and then the number of traders for each stock.
Yeah, so you can see what's moving, what's not. This is kind
That's
of neat.
pretty cool.
And again,
Right?
and it is the same stock that you would buy through a broker. It's just a different way to
Correct.
buy it. That's
Yeah.
fucking cool. I like that.
Yep. So I'm just getting in, testing it. I think it's cool. I think it's going to continue to, I mean, clearly you can see it's growing. It just
Sure.
launched this last week. So
Does this
Right.
make like overall crypto like more tied to the overall stock market price? Like, I know it's like historically it wasn't, but recently it's kind of been more.
No, I think it always has been. I think it needs to. I don't know. I think eventually things will continue to move on chain because it's cheaper and because you can track it, and people love spending less money. So this also, like, you know, I've been looking into, like, how can I get into other countries' stock markets? You know, like, how as a U.S. investor can I invest in companies in India or Africa or things like that? I don't know. And probably through some, you know, through this, but it's just, to me, it's not intuitive. It's not native. Crypto to me is. So being able to do this on the crypto side of things,
right,
for me is very exciting. And I can, you know, continue to build a little portfolio. And like I said, and once I own these stocks, continue to make money. And also, you like the dividends, if you, they'll also just be applied to your token balance.
That's a good
for
point.
That specific asset, which that's also pretty cool.
Right.
So they do still pay dividends. It's just they pay in that X stock. Okay.
Yep. So, yeah, super excited. Very new. Like I said, just launched, I think, last Monday. But yeah, Soulflare has them. I've been getting mine on Jupiter. Radium has them, obviously, as I'm running pools on them. Camino's not available in the US, so that's not going to help you. But any of those. Yeah. So yeah, Eli Lilly. Some of them, yeah, I've looked to, what was it? I think, how do I get to? Let me see. Look at Jupe real quick. Buy. There's like not a super good way to find them. There we go. So we got, let's see, some of these ones down here, they just don't have any. No, like I don't see Eli Lilly, like, still isn't available for some reason.
Well, that's,
there's
I mean,
the NASDAQ stock, QQQ. But
it's a week old. It's a week old. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm super into this. I think that I put a little bit in that USDY. Just, I mean, US backed treasuries, they pay like 4%. So it's pretty stable. Yeah. Why not?
Well, yeah,
it's more than I'm getting in my checking account. It's more than I'm getting in my savings account. Why not?
Well, and especially to dip your toe into it, you know, that seems like a safer one to do too. So that's
yep.
Somebody needs to make an X stock for whatever company or cartel is selling coke to the finance pros in Wall Street who have to deal with going from the open stock market day trading to now 24-hour day trading.
Yeah. It's a lot more to keep you up that way, but
exactly.
Anyway, look at that. It's 8,800 traders per day on one of them.
Nice. Well, that's an interesting metric. Let's check back in on that next week and see what the average daily is.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but we gave you a new way to make your own money live.
And you can take some of that money and give it to us on our Patreon to get access to our Discord, where you could see John drive around real slowly later.
5 bucks.